Welcome to Game Changer World. My name is John Wolf. Joe, how you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing good. It's good to be back. It's took a week off there, and it's good to be back.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were taking it easy or if you were nervously waiting to get back over here and get your voice heard.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm ready. I'm ready to jump back into it. You know what I mean?
Well, let's jump into it real quick then. Hello to everyone who's come into chat. So let's see. We have Clown, West Coast correspondent Screwball is in here. Reed Harris Cooper, welcome. The Crow Fairy Tale, Patty Cakes. Geez, who else do we have? Big Capadon, love from Las Vegas here. Fajita Cologne, Kyle Canyon, Gas Can. Man, welcome. It's good to see all of you tonight. We've got a pretty busy night ahead of us. It's been a little wild in GCW world. We're going to talk about that a little bit later here. Let me get this out of the way and we'll get moving. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We read and appreciate all comments. Super chats are available if you want to donate. A sincere thanks to JB33, R. Dykausen, Casa D18 Studios, and Kite High last week for donating. That was incredible. And I was so wrapped up in the teriyaki interview, I didn't have enough time on the podcast to say thank you. So I just wanted to make sure I do that now. It does mean a lot to us. So thank you so much for that. And again, Teriyaki, thank you so much for coming on the show last week. We had a fantastic time on there. So I hope everyone learned a little bit about Mr. Yaki. Did you have a chance to check it out, Joe, or were you busy?
So I didn't watch it live. I'm checking it out a little bit here and there, kind of, building on it each time I watch.
He was fun, man. It was a lot of fun to have him on. Maybe down the road we do a part 2. We'll see what happens there.
Listen, but the trajectory he's on, I definitely think a part 2 is probably warranted.
It's probably the smarter thing to do. Let me
catch up before one of those big leagues signs him, because it's only a matter of time.
Yep. Here we are. Yeah, I got my corny shirt on tonight. I always thought it was kind of funny to have my Cornet shirt on a GCW show. I usually like to put that on. Some listeners know when I put this on, there's something cranky that's going to be coming on the show. So I'll be talking about Perch a little later tonight, and I want to kind of talk. We'll see what happens there. Going back though, thank you for choosing to spend your time with us. Sit down and relax. You're amongst friends tonight. We're going deep into the night. We have a lot to cover. GCW was in Cincinnati on Friday, Indianapolis on Saturday. We have 16 matches and 3 title defenses to cover. Was there anything you wanted to talk about before we go forward? Anything?
I know we're going to probably dive into a little later, but a lot of drama and just like, and it wasn't the fans this time around, right? Like there was a lot of drama this week and bickering, but it wasn't the fans, it was the workers. So it was really interesting to see, and I'm excited to talk about this on top of the matches, but definitely there was even more that happened, I think, last night, right? I don't know if we're gonna get into the whole bully Moxley, and then
we are.
Burnett jumped in, so it's just a whole lot of like, holy shit, there's a lot going on.
So okay, let's just roll into it. I think it's just a great idea to do.
Yeah.
Good call, Joe. All right, so we'll start with Perch, Mickie James, and Tommy Dreamer. I wrote some things on it. I want to see what everybody has to say. Again, this is my opinion. This isn't GCW's opinion. We're independent over here, so whatever Joe says, Joe says. Whatever I say, I say. That's it. If you want to hear from GCW, ask Brett. I think that's the best way to put that. So, yeah, Perch, Mickie James, and Tommy Dreamer. I think that's the first 3 we need to talk about. Perch shared his story, and then Mickie decides to get involved and kind of defend Tommy a little bit. She starts by claiming via tweet she doesn't know Perch, so we're already off to a great start. Later, we find out Mickie and Perch actually worked together at JJSP 6, but she doesn't remember. So we're going to go. According to her, she doesn't know him, then basically assumes in her own words that Perch is acting in bad faith and being dishonest, but she doesn't have any proof of that either. So far, she doesn't know the guy, and she's already saying he's being dishonest. And, so she then accuses Perch of trying to bury others while the whole time she's burying Perch. Her tone is defensive, reminiscent of how veterans protect other veterans, the usual gatekeeping that happens between those who need protected. Otherwise, the gates never seem to work the other way. So she ignored Perch's full post, then dismissed it when reminded by another Twitter user. She made a huge mistake thinking everyone's personal and professional experiences are the same. I think that's another thing that was assumed. Now, she did have some points, like context does matter. You know, public naming can feel like burying. I think that's fair. And she did question the timing and the bandwagon effect. And I think that's fair, but that's because she doesn't know the man and doesn't know the story. So you can jump in here anytime you want to and save me.
But real quick, because again, we're gonna probably when we're all done and like kind of just like talk back and forth a little bit about the whole situation, we're gonna be defending Perch a lot here, right? Because he's a stand-up guy and we know Perch more than these other two, so you know we're gonna defend him, right? But I do see where she's coming from in terms of the piling on, because he was let go from TNA and then boom, this comes out. So I can see that aspect. Maybe it was bad timing on Perch, but that is the only thing that I will say in the situation that maybe he did incorrectly is the timing. Because it can feel like you're piling on. But other than that, I don't see anything wrong with it. And another thing that you said, which really stuck out to me, was there was 3 tweets back to back to back that all built off of each other, where he used that experience and built from it, where he even said he wasn't burying anyone. He was using it to help make him a better person. And I think she never even seen those, which to me in 2026, when you're using social media, let's maybe know how to use it first before we go on scorch earth.
Well, because somebody said you do know there's more messages there, and she's like, oh yeah, and just kind of LOLs it. And I'm going,
but she made a smiley face, almost like maybe I didn't know, but my foot's already, in my mouth now. I kind of got to own it.
But I feel she did more bad than good. And I really don't like the have a blessed day after all those negative statements she made. It's purposely backhanded and it shows poor taste. And I felt overall, given the fact that she don't know the guy, she don't know the situation, I basically felt like her own words were more telling of who she is. So she admitted she knew nothing of the situation and just came up with nasty assumptions and opinions based on zero facts. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't even given my opinion yet. I'm just telling you logically, this is where it goes. If you have a little bit of schooling, you'll know that that's what happened there.
And here's the thing, like, unless you were there to interject your opinion on the situation is idiotic. Because I feel like a lot of her talking was more about the situation than less about the character of Tommy, which to me, if you're trying to defend your friend, that's fine. But defend him as the person, not against the situation you know nothing of.
Correct. And at the same time, we don't know the situation, right, and we don't know the whole story. I think the only thing I'm coming to in the way of an opinion is let's not jump until we know. And I think that's where normally we should start. But again, this is something that's more old school that we're not seeing as much of. In our time now, we have more accountability.
Yeah.
In the time pre-internet and when internet was first coming into, it was more like, let's save each other's asses.
Yeah.
And a great example of that is you've heard so many old school stories on like Cornette's site or somewhere where they're like, we decided to step out and beat the shit out of each other because we just couldn't agree. The police came and we decided to say, yeah, we're just acting out our part so we didn't get arrested. It's just the bullshit. It's just bullshit. It's kayfabe bullshit.
Now if that happens, there's phones everywhere. And if that story comes out and there's no recording of it, it's like bullshit, right? Like
we're in the age of accountability.
Exactly.
And a lot of the things that the older groups, again, that I love, these older generations, the things they brag about are shit that probably would have gotten them canceled.
Yep.
And, there's just so many old stories. And, real quick, this is so fucking carny if you think about it. We'll get to the carny part.
But like, and again, I guess we're gonna probably do exactly what Mickey's doing here because we don't know Mickey or Tommy personally.
Correct.
We've known Perch enough to know who he is as a person and the character he is, and I don't mean character like I mean like his character, right? Like
yes,
as a person. And to say he would lie about this to me is asinine. Like
it's going a little far when you don't know the person, so you
And
don't know their motives.
and I don't want to say the
you know?
situation. I'm not like saying, oh, I know he told the truth.
Oh
But
no, not you, but yeah.
but I'm just talking overall because that's what she kind of did. Was she kind of made it seem like I know this isn't true because I know him, right? And then I don't know if you saw, but literally, people were like kind of like saying like, well, what about this time? What about this, right? And one of the videos was literally Tommy Dreamer talking about how he told Mickey that she wasn't making it because she didn't have this,
Right.
right? Like, come on,
So
like there is
well,
stuff.
well, we'll disagree for fun. I'll put it this, not for fun, but unfortunately, especially at the time, those were the facts.
No, I get that, right? But
Yeah.
but I think that the whole idea of the story is that Tommy still thinks the old school 90 ways of wrestling, which countless people have come out and said, which is no longer the way the industry thinks in terms of being open and progressive and viewing everyone as equal. And I think maybe it's a situation too where Mickey's not realizing that maybe Tommy isn't as like cut and dry, like he's accepting of everyone type of thing. Because there was countless people that came out. I mean, I forgot the other wrestler who came out, and I don't want to misquote this, but I think he mentioned his race and his attitude and said, "I don't know how to work with this."
Oh yeah, he was basically saying he was having a hard time figuring out how to book or push a cocky black guy.
Like,
yeah,
in 2026, where anything can be shared at a drop of a finger press, something are left better unsaid. And I think,
even if that's a difficulty, let's just assume that's a true difficulty. Then chances are there may be a better way to say it.
Exactly.
Say, let's just say the guy's name is Jim, and I'm in Tommy's position. Again, we're all just assuming, which is what I just said. Mickey was, but I would say, look, listen, man, this is something that comes up across the industry. So I want you to know that you are already up against something that people have kind of been trained against. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to learn how to really tighten up and walk that rope for a while until your opportunities and everything opens up more for you. And then people kind of get who you are, what you're about, and maybe be more accepting. Basically, and again, I don't know the conversation, but it might be, maybe that was the conversation, and the gentleman might be he only heard the one part that made him mad, which is fair.
But my point bringing it up is not everything is cut and dry, and like
never.
I know Tommy, and this is not what happened. Like, to be so dismissive when there is other people raising red flags, and I get it. Like when those videos were came out, that was the way it was, but it's still like maybe it shouldn't be said. So maybe in this situation he didn't mean it that way to Perch, but that is the way it was conveyed to him, and that I think is where the issue lies.
And I'll just move forward with this because I see this as a problem even with what happened at Berwyn a couple months ago. Has anyone in wrestling media spoken with Perch and gotten the full story, or was it easier to dismiss him and protect Mickey and Tommy like Meltzer assumed Bully did with Tommy? Now, even Meltzer still thinks Perch did this for attention. So I'm asking again, where's the full story? And several people jump on Perch because wrestling fandom tells them to believe some actor, like in the ring, you gotta like them because they flip good. They're great on the microphone. They can't do wrong. They're your favorite wrestler. It honestly scares me as someone who tries to do his best that good people can be buried by others like this in this industry. And honestly, I have to tell you, as someone who does try my best, it's extremely disheartening. And I think it's almost dirty that people need any type of protection.
No, I definitely agree. I think people, especially fans, they tend to hold on to the character they see in the ring and not realize at the end of the day, it's a character, right? Like that is like, and I know maybe back in the day, the lines were blurred a lot more than they are now. And, the person you see in the ring, especially now, is not usually the person you see outside the ring.
Yes.
But it's a character at the end of the day, right? That people need to realize that. And I don't think people do realize that. But one thing you said, and again, I love Perch, but maybe he did release it when he did to kind of get a little bit of buzz for his name. That to me is not the issue. The issue isn't, and again, I said I did feel like maybe it was piling on. I don't want to discredit that at all. The issue is not when he did it, right? Like, I don't think that's the focal point here. The focal point is people are trying to discredit what he's saying overall. Like, to me, that's the issue, not that he did it at this time, because that is maybe, okay, not a good time, kid, right? But I don't think Perch is lying. That's my point.
I look at it like this. Unless it was something that required calling the cops, what could a trainee or a newer person could have done in wrestling that could not have been taught better in a couple weeks, days, months?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so according to Perch, I believe he had said something about the fact that he was turned looking at the heel corner and they were trying to pull some shit when he should have been looking in the face corner. I think that's roughly what it was. Don't you think that could just be taught? And don't you think that good people do make mistakes? I think all people make mistakes. So let's just say maybe Tommy's having a bad day. Perch kind of said, well, maybe I was made as an example. That's perfectly fine too, but something should, well, again, it's all speculation, but I'm just saying, what couldn't be taught? And what kind of a teacher maybe is willing to just tell someone, I can't teach you? That's a bad teacher.
Yeah.
That's a bad fucking teacher.
I mean, wasn't, like, again, like, talking about bad moments and teachable moments and stuff like that. I know Tommy kind of helped book a lot of ECW back in the day with Paul, right?
Yes.
They missed out on one of the biggest superstars of the 2000s because they did a crucifix situation with the Sandman and Raven, right? Like, let's not act like we all haven't made mistakes in the industry and said, maybe I shouldn't have did that, right? Maybe I shouldn't have been involved in that. I don't know if Tommy was involved in that, but there's countless stories where something happened to ECW where it's like, maybe it's not the best thing, right? And I'm sure he's had his hand in something. So to crucify someone over one incident and tell them you're never going to work in this industry again, or I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure you don't, in the name of Tommy Dreamer, where he's been everywhere and knows everyone, that carries weight, right? That carries weight, and that can mess someone up.
That's flexing.
Yeah.
Is what you're doing. I've been here, so therefore I can guarantee you don't do this.
And
that's holding something up.
I think he said something like, I guarantee, like, in my own, like, I'll do everything in my power, right? Something like that. Like, almost where he was going to make it a point, right? Like, not like, oh, I'm not going to help you get ahead. I'm going to make it a point to make sure you do not get ahead. Is even crazier to me.
And anybody that knows Perch knows if there's anything, he's a student. Like, he has notebooks full of information. Like, he's constantly taking pictures of his experience, getting everything logged down in a notebook. So, I mean, what couldn't be taught to a man who's willing to be taught?
Yeah. And I don't know if this was a time when he was already with GCW or not, but we talk about a lot how GCW has that ECW feel, right? So if Perch is in GCW already, right, and he's in that, like, kind of ECW feel, a name like Tommy Dreamer probably carries more weight to him than another wrestler, right? Just because of where he's at and the feeling of GCW, ECW, right? So I can only imagine how he felt when that was said to him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. So let's do this. Now enter Bully Ray, John Moxley, and Josh Barnett. Bully said he could beat up Moxley. Barnett said he can beat up Bully. Old men attempting to beat each other up. This shit is sad. It's fucking sad. Meltzer reported today the whole Bully thing was to get attention off Tommy Dreamer for the heat he has with so many others. Once again, veterans protecting veterans. This is some carny shit right here. Now, after Kennedy Hardcastle's unwanted spanking and Danny Jordan's objected to crotch grab, amongst other stories, I'm starting to see some disturbing patterns here. And again, this is the accountability era. So, I mean, y'all can only cover each other for so long. But when Josh Barnett says, hey, Bully Ray, I'll be your fucking Huckleberry. You know, I'll whoop your fucking ass. You know what he did? Oh, okay, Fabe. I'll show you how to make money. You know what? That sounds like the devil being cornered. I'll cut you a fucking deal. You got me. Yeah. What time?
We're talking
what
about
time
an ex-UFC, ex-MMA champion, Josh Barnett, right?
Yeah.
He's not a worker who can throw work punches, right? Like this man can put you on your back and submit you or drop you where you stand, right? Like Josh Barnett's nothing to play around with. The only thing that I will say, and I agree that it would maybe take some heat off Tommy. That's what it seems like. However, these are three names that have worked in GCW before. If I'm Brett, I'm figuring out a way to make this a homecoming match. Some way. Maybe it's a blood sport specialty match at homecoming, Josh and Bully. But drama sells, right? Like
Yeah.
this is buzzing the internet right now. And what better way to kind of get your GCW name out there even more than book this match now and just hype it up until August.
Yeah, because at this point, what else do you do? You got called out by a full-grown man that said, "Come on over here, I'll whoop your fucking ass." And you can even get paid to squeal like a bitch. And then, Bully's like, "Well, guess what? I could show you how to get paid and squeal like a little bitch over here." You know what I mean? And yeah. So
I mean, here's the thing, right? They're both grown men, unless they're doing like celebrity boxing or something like that.
Yeah,
odds are they're not really gonna fight each other, right? Like come on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I
Oh my
love
goodness,
that,
what
I
a
really
day.
do, John. Like when people are like arguing online, like they offer each other out. Like we know 9 times out of 10 you're not actually gonna fight each other, right? Like
Never.
Like what's the
Yeah.
point? Or the worst to me is when they compare bank accounts. Like that's when you know you lost. When like let's compare zeros on our bank account. Like, oh, okay, you lost this battle now.
It's very lowbrow. It's very lowbrow.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
No, for sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Produce already out. Produce. Yeah. I don't feel like paying all that money for a JCW show. John, you coming GCW in Arizona? Unfortunately not. I just got back from Disney. Mickey Mouse fucking rolled me in the parking lot for a ton of money.
You need to get that hat, John.
Oh, I got the hat at Disney here. Let's see.
No, they have a hat out now. It says you got the hat in Disney?
Yeah. I got a Smokey the Bear hat, and on the back it says "Only You." I thought it was kind of cool. No, there's like a nature area at Disneyland.
Oh, okay.
And they sell like seeds and stuff for trees. So you could actually buy like a little sapling and take it home of like a huge tree and shit. So
oh shit.
If of course it dawns on me, Smokey the Bear, it's fucking hilarious. So I went ahead and just jumped on it. I'm like, oh hell yeah. So
well, they have a hat. It says Broke Dad Club, but it's written in Disney font. So I was like, that's pretty funny.
There we go. Anything for a buck. That's the truth. Yeah.
Only you can spend a fortune at Disney World.
We'll be getting on this Hook Atticus match situation here when we get further into the review here. Moving forward, though, Joey Janela and Bully Ray were now arguing back and forth today. So, I mean, it's just one thing after another, but I really do feel this is just lighting a fire so no one sees the light off of another one somewhere else. And
no pun intended, right? With lighting a fire.
Yeah. And honestly, you caught that. And honestly, yeah, it's just, this is all sad. I think that the piling on, which I feel maybe on some sides, I believe that's because Tommy lost power in the industry when he lost his job. And now that person doesn't have a position to hold over that performer decides to speak out now that they're on even ground. It's almost like the Bully fell off the swing, and now that his knee's injured, now's a great time to whoop the shit out of him for touching your vagina or for doing this or for doing all this other shit that supposedly maybe or may not went on. And maybe I just heard it all wrong, but that stuff's not something. I mean, if you're wanting, yeah. If someone in this day and age, you get canceled.
What you're saying is like these are people who wanted to make something in the business, and if you speak out on them while they're up here, you're probably never going to get to that point, right?
Fuck like, no, because all that water that you poured on them falls downhill.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, and then other promoters are like, well, if they're speaking out on Tommy Dreamer, who's up here, what are they gonna do for the promoters that are here, and here, right? Like,
Yes.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't think about that until you just said it, but it makes 100% sense.
And again, we've done a lot of assuming here, and we've done a lot of, and I don't know anything. I'm going by what's just said online. But again, I think the Mickie James thing was just the stuff that was really just too much. And then the Corderas, the referee guy, all of that was just,
yeah, a little prick. Like, come on.
Yeah, like you don't know the guy. It just seems more telling of the individual writing the words than it actually is about Perch, because he doesn't know him. It's weird. And both of them are actually saying, they're actually basically saying this guy can't be taught, but they don't know him. Yeah. And I'm honest with you, this shit can all be taught.
Yeah. Yeah, it almost like the analogy that I use is not my son, right? Like when a parent knows their kid is a piece of shit, but they always are like, not my son, right?
Exactly.
Like, that's what it came off to me like.
Well, I don't know here. I'm trying to see. Sorry, my camera. I was getting.
I would love to kind of throw the oop out there, and if it's possible, one day get him on there to speak his truth.
I don't know. This is all fucking wild. It's just like I said, it's alarming for people like you or I who are trying to do good to know that if we say something or speak up or just try to say something that's, we're probably going to get beat down by the good old boys club.
Yeah. Well, I hate for any of this to get clipped and end up somewhere.
Oh, it probably will. And you know what? That's what's going to probably happen is we're going to get made fun of for how we are, who we are, what we look like, whatever, because we read their words out loud on our show. But
listen, you know how many times I've argued with internet trolls and the first thing they tell me is I'm fat? You know, my response is, you don't think I know that?
No. For me, it's more like I actually am busy 9 to 5, sometimes 9 to 6, 9 to 7. The last thing I need to do is sit down and think about that. I watch my shows, I write my reviews, I'm out.
They're like, oh, look at you, you're fat. I'm like, no shit. No shit. Like, you don't think I can see a mirror? Like, what the fuck?
I don't sweat it. I don't sweat it.
I don't either. I don't either at all.
And I mean, if someone wants to clip or say what they want, it's perfectly fine. That is
help get our views up.
Yeah, there you go. Get our views up. That's what we're, So yeah, let's get into Race Against Time. We've been talking here the whole time. This was from the 20th Century Theater in Cincinnati, Ohio. I wrote that the theater was built in 1941 and was one of Cincinnati's first neighborhood cinemas. It was also considered a cornerstone of the downtown Cincinnati area. It has been recently redone. It's very Art Deco. The place was packed, people to the ceiling. I'm curious what it would look like if the hard cam sat on the stage and was pointed towards the fans, Rochester style. I'm sure Ash actually tried it, and there are always reasons why it didn't happen. The hard cam shot gives us a stage shot, and I almost felt like it was a little futuristic looking on the stage. And then if you look at the lighting on the sides, old school guys like me I look like The Price is Right. Like the walls and The Price is Right when they call people down. Cameras did a good job capturing everything. We still don't know who attacked Nick Gage, and shout out to Nick Manoir and John Mosley on the mic all night.
Yeah, both buildings this weekend were cool as shit to watch. They were really cool feel. For some reason, though, watching this Friday night show, I can't think of the venue that they run, but the venue that New Japan runs the day after Wrestle Kingdom, it felt a lot like that, how the wrestlers come off from the side and stuff. It was really interesting to see, and I enjoyed both buildings both nights, and I hope we see them go back there repeatedly. Especially
Cincinnati, it looked really good full. And I'll talk about the next one, but the one in Indianapolis, I like the fact that it looks like you're in a villa, in a street in the middle of a villa,
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
And the lighting was cool as shit too.
Yes. Let's get into the scramble here. This was a 6-man scramble. Jeffrey John, Adam White, Bradley Prescott the fourth, Logan Cavazos. What's that?
You got your answer.
What's that?
About the camera setup.
Oh, why is that?
Ash.
Oh, where are we at? Oh, there we are. Sorry, Ash. He said, unfortunately, there was no room on the stage for the camera and fans. Plus, the ring was so close to the stage that getting a zoomed out wide. Yeah, I knew because I had a feeling that initially that would have been the shot. Like if shit goes down in the ring, you would have seen hundreds of fans just lose their mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had a feeling he would have tried. He's got a good eye for that stuff, and that's why I always say there's always a reason if not. But we're on the same wavelength there on that one. Big Cabot saying the buildings this weekend were nice.
Yeah.
Let's see here. It was nice to see Bradley Prescott. It has been a while. I haven't seen him since the Natter Day Saints out here in Vegas on a show a long time ago. So yeah, let's go back to the 6-person.
Sorry for cutting you off there.
You're good, brother. We got Jeffrey John, Adam White, Bradley Prescott the fourth, Logan Cavazos, Jay Lucas, and Flying Ryan. I wrote there was a lot of action. Hard to write individual notes. Great job by all the catching topes, even with the increased difficulty of stairs right there. That was kind of interesting. People were eating up Jeffrey John. I really enjoyed it. I like that he's doing the 2-3 babushka thing. However, he needs to have more comedy bits, so to speak, so the act doesn't go stale. That happens to any act in time, so I don't want people to think that I'm being negative towards him. I like the guy, and I need to get him on here sometime. I also like the potential and look of Adam White. I need to see more wrestling first before deciding, though. For Logan, the spot where Ryan was hanging on the ropes. Don't stall by showboating while Ryan holds the rope. Hit the move, then showboat afterwards. Personal opinion as a fan only, because I want to say the rest that he did was awesome. I loved his crucifix driver. Ryan was great, and I see a very bright future. Cameras were zooming in on his face, and I think that really works. He's got a good face for the cameras. Bradley was fun comedy, not enough Jay Lucas, and that's sad. Our winner here was Jeffrey John. That was my long-winded answer here. How'd you feel about this match, man?
I thought it was a very good scramble. Again, we talk about a lot of times the scrambles kind of have had less and less of the big names and more of the young guys trying to break into it. And I feel like this was one of those scrambles where it delivered very well, regardless of the names. It's so funny that you mentioned Adam White, because watching the match, all that I kept saying to myself was, I need to see more of this guy. He had not a whole lot of spots, but the spots he did have, he stood out. For example, when he ran and jumped over the turnbuckle,
the
ring post, that was impressive. And I've seen it done before, but to see it, I've only seen it like clips, never actually in a match. So to see it happen live in a match like that was very impressive. I need to see more of him. And then Flying Ryan, he's another one. We always talk about not a matter of if, but when.
Yep.
He's another one, just not a matter of if, but when. Even the progression you've seen from his first debut, I believe earlier this year, if I'm not mistaken, to now is night and day. This kid is good, and he's the future of the industry.
This is another one where I said kind of like a Nick Wayne situation. Enjoy him. Get as much in as you while you can. Get your pictures. If he has merch, buy some merch. Do it now, because down the road, that same signature could be 4 to 5 times more to buy.
Question: I'm not trying to break kayfabe here, and if it's not out in the open, don't say anything. But he reminds me a lot of Jordan. Are they siblings?
Yeah.
Okay.
They actually are. Yeah. Okay, so it's not talked about much, but they are.
Okay.
You actually seen it, huh? You noticed?
I mean, I've seen it early on. I just never wanted to kind of put it out there if it wasn't meant to be out there. But just early Jordan and him, it's uncanny, and it makes a lot of sense now why he's progressed so much over these.
Even I had to think about answering there. I'm like, I feel that there's a real effort to keep them both separate, because they are still separate people. And also, I don't think he wants any unnecessary, weight on his shoulders, as, you have a brother here that's, so.
Well, I love that. I love that, because you don't rest on your laurels of who your family is, right? You set out to make it that you're going to get by on your name alone, and not kind of, I don't want to say the Hearts, but the Hearts were the Hearts, and you just knew that, right? But it's cool to see that he's trying to grow his image because of Flying Ryan, right? Not because of the last name.
Yeah, and he's his own person doing his own thing with a completely different style, completely different everything. And unless you're watchers like us, pretty cool, huh?
And real quick, before jumping into the next match, I don't want anyone to come after me. I don't think the Hearts got by because of their name. They were all excellent wrestlers. I'm just using them as an example.
Oh, you're good, man. You're good. You
How
good.
about Hogan? I'll use Hogan and his cousin.
There you go. See,
Yeah, he gets 5 because of his last name.
Horace and Hulk.
Yeah, Horace gets 5 because he's related.
But I also don't want to downplay in this match too, man. Jeffrey John, you know, he was in somewhat home territory, but my God, he was going over with so many, you know, I don't know if he had family and friends there or what, but holy shit, they were all in on Jeffrey John, and it was fun to watch.
But I feel like we've seen that a lot recently with GCW, where Brett and the bookings that may be behind the scenes are investing in people and really pushing them. We've seen him at Vipers, and I feel like it's happening with Jeffrey a little bit as of recently. You know, you've seen him on the European tour, and he was even in the Cage of Survival, which was a little shocking because it's totally not what he is, and you're seeing him win scrambles more and more. I think they're making a conscious effort to get him over.
I think you're right there, man. Hopefully it happens. It's just he seems like he's on a rocket. And I mean, it maybe the next question is how far, you know?
Yeah.
Deceptively tall too. I wanted to say that once I had a chance to really walk up to him, I'm like, shit, he's like my height. I'm a big boy, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you ready to go to round two, match number 2?
One last question I have about Jeffrey John, and this isn't a knock or anything. I'm just asking you.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's very good in the ring, but sometimes the removing of the headpiece and stuff almost comes off like the CPA type thing. Do you think that at all holds him back to where he could go? Because people look at him more as a jokester than a legitimate wrestler. I'm not saying he's not a good wrestler. I'm just asking if you think that at all holds you back.
So funny thing, that's actually why I put in my notes, make sure you kind of expand your repertoire of things that might be, so you don't end up in a situation where, you know, it is a wrestler where you go, okay, he's going to pull this trick. He's going to pull this trick. He's going to do a little wrestling. He's out, you know? Yeah. I think it's about walking that tightrope of not being a full comedy wrestler, but at the same time, you know, not being a full on serious violence is forever type, you know, go forwards, you know. I think only time will tell how he expresses himself. I'm interested in that, but I do have concern as someone who does enjoy his work of him getting pigeonholed. I don't want to see that.
That's the exact word I was thinking of.
Yes.
So you nailed it right on the head there.
Again, time will tell, but what I'm happy about is we're talking about the positive things instead of having negative things to talk about with him. You know?
I agree.
I like hearing that there's the sound being made instead of just silence when he's out there. So, no, and that's another thing. Crow Fairy Tale said he's just a character that works well with every genre of wrestling. I see that.
Yeah.
I see that. Also, I feel like he used to somewhat do some comedic things, but they came off cocky. I don't know how or why, but I felt like his delivery of how he does whatever he does, I think has changed to a little more positive, and I think people are seeing that. I almost felt like when he went overseas is when he really popped off. When he was in, I think, Italy, they really just loved the babushka situation. Yeah. And then I think that carried from there. I really do feel fans speak to the fans, like live fans speak to the TV fans at home. We hear how they react. And I feel like if someone goes over wild on one show, usually some of that enthusiasm bleeds into the next show and can cause a domino effect. So.
No, I definitely agree. I feel like before that tour, he almost came off as heelish. And then after that tour, it kind of flipped, you know, and I don't think it was intentional, but it did happen.
All right, then into our next match, Juni Underwood versus Gary J. Just a touch under 10 minutes here. I was hoping for a true breakout performance by Juni, cheering on his growth. Gary's an already established wrestler with the GCW fans, so just trying to see Juni kind of slide under that same category. Multiple slap fest happens, and Juni hauled off with a banger of a shot on Gary for his first one. And it was funny to hear all the fans go, ooh, but it was more like, you fucked up and this is about to be a fucking slap fest. Gary answered back, and that was basically, I feel how you do it. The only other note I wanted to put in this match, Gary has a killer rolling elbow for his finish. He was the winner here. I'm going to toss it over to you. What did you think about this match?
Yeah, so I think the last time we both on here together was we were recapping the weekend that was TOS and COS,
Yes.
and at that point, that was Juni's first one-on-one match in GCW, if I'm not mistaken, versus Marcus, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, so to see him now, again, we talk about putting in the work, right? And showing up and showing out. And he went from a solid scramble guy to wrestling on one of the biggest shows of the year to now steadily being booked in a singles one-on-one matches. And it's very refreshing to see that growth of almost like the scrambles are being used like NXT at this point, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you start in the scrambles and you just kind of rise up. The slap fest to me was excellent. It's so funny again. You mentioned the first initial slap because you just knew, like you said,
He
you fucked
fucked
up,
up.
right?
Yeah.
Like you just knew. Like the one thing you know from Gary is you're going to get slaps, and he has some. Don't let the frame fool you. He slaps this shit out of you. So you just knew at that point he messed up. But Juni showed me a little bit different. He was a little more stiffer in this match because of the opponent, which was refreshing to see. He showed me a different side of him that you don't always see, and I'm excited to see the trajectory. Dare I say, not death match, but hardcore. I would love to see Juni in a hardcore match now, just because this piqued my interest a little bit in terms of being able to do all styles. So I'm interested to see where that goes.
Same thing. Time will tell. I mean, if he's interested in it, GCW will give him the stage to do it. Otherwise, I don't know. I kind of hope he does. It looks like he's doing some ROH AEW work, and that company, we'll say, is very is a little more open to the GCW way of wrestling. So
Yeah.
I mean, hell yeah, if he wants to spread his wings, we're the place that'll allow him to fly if he wants to.
Yeah, no, I was definitely shocked with this match. At first, when I saw it, I was like, I don't know. I don't know that the styles fit, but it
Yeah.
worked.
Uh Same thing, man. Gary J. Big fan of Gary J. He's another
Everyone's
one that,
film.
bro, if as soon as I get the chance, I want to talk to him sometime soon also. He's got a deep history on it, man.
You're like that saying goes. If Gary J has 100 fans, I'm one of them. If he
Yeah.
has 10 fans, I'm one of them. If he has no fans, I'm dead. Right? Like that's the saying, right? Like that's you with him.
I like that. On to our third match here, Jimmy Lloyd versus Priscilla Kelly. Again, this was a very short, well, I wouldn't call it very, but a
This
shorter
wasn't the
match.
original match, right?
What's that again?
This wasn't. Was this originally the match, or was it was
Unknown.
Viperous?
I could not tell you. I don't
They made it. They
really
made
know.
a comment during the match that originally it was supposed to be, I believe, Viperous, and she pulled.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because Joey saw a picture of her on the beach and he's like, you skipped the shows for the beach?
Yeah.
Juni, good to see you tonight. He says was tons of fun. Only 2 weekends after wrestling Mark. Worked hard. Thank you for all the kind words. We love you, man. You just keep pushing and we will let everybody know what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can promise
every
you.
week.
Oh, yeah. How was that chest after Gary J? Do you ever get, I wonder actually if some people decide to just take a picture or two, you know what I mean? Cause man, because boys being boys, man, you get lit up. You're going to take a picture and be like, look at this, you know?
Yeah. Battle scars.
Exactly. Yeah. So Jimmy was subbing for Vipers. Thank you, Screwball. Love our Screwball here. Anything else on? Oh no, we're just getting started on this one. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Jimmy Lloyd versus Priscilla Kelly. They had a straightforward match until about 4 minutes in. Jimmy showed more aggression than usual, I think, in this match, and I think commentary was also giving them that same push. Priscilla threw a bunch of chairs in the ring. Jimmy puts Priscilla through them in a nasty way. Our winner here, though, was Priscilla Kelly. Thoughts on this one?
There was, and again, I don't know if I'm getting my matches confused because Jimmy did fight both nights, but I believe this was the match where there was a spot where Priscilla dove out of the ring and Jimmy actually caught her and then slammed her onto the chairs, and like all I could think is like Brett's probably in the back, like they're rentals. Don't break the chairs, right? Like because they were the nice like padded chairs. All I could think of was like not the Reynolds, but considering he filled in, it exceeded my expectations. little disappointed that wasn't Vipers because I would love to see what these girls could do. But again, Priscilla Kelly is one of those ones where gender doesn't matter. She can do either or. So it's refreshing to see that. And again, Jimmy is another one where he can wrestle anybody and it's going to be a good match. And this showed that right there.
All right, then on to match number 4. This was a 6-person tag team. We had the team of Billy Starkz, Busta, and the Brain going up against Bang, Matthews, and Teriyaki. More of a lengthy match here, a little over 16 minutes long. Billy had new maroon gear. I really did like seeing that, but it was interesting how Busta and the Brain had the same maroon color in their gear. Kind of an AEW ROH kind of thing going on. This was a quality match. I was happy that this match did have time to breathe. Like I said, it a little over 6 minutes long. Our winners in this one was Billy Starkz, Busta, and the Brain. The only other thing I wanted to mention about this one was that after the match, Alex put over GCW heavily, and that's why we love him. So I wish more wrestlers kind of carried that rallying cry more often. And then here's, our boy Busta, Alec. He's working elsewhere half the time, but when he does come back over here, before the match, after the match, he's fucking putting over GCW. He's leading GCW chants as the match kicks off. That enthusiasm is the enthusiasm that I want from most of the workers at GCW. Happy to be there, ready to carry the flag. Did I give you a chance to talk about this one yet?
Not yet, but I'll be
your turn, brother.
Yeah, I'll be quick with this. I agree with you that the length felt good. There was a spot in the match where Price was kind of like a 3-on-1, and he was really holding his own, and it just shows you, like, sure, these guys are tag teams, but these are still two of the best wrestlers. Him and Oliver, the best wrestlers in the world. The way he was just able to work 3 guys at once and do it effortlessly was impressive to see. It seems like GCW is really making a conscious effort also to make Bang and Matthews look good. It seems like they're going to become more and more regulars within GCW, which I'm excited to see because they are two of the best unsigned, one of the best unsigned tag teams in the business today. So it was really good to see them more and more. And it's always good to see Billy in GCW whenever, right? To really unlock what she truly is capable of, and there's no TV or anything like that holding her back, and she's just able to go balls to the wall. So this was a fun match. It was had a lot of time to breathe, like you said, but also high spots and big moments. And overall, this is a match that you come to expect from GCW.
Well said. Well said. And I 100% agree with you. This was definitely like pure GCW match. Plenty of young talent that are hungry, that are busting their ass. Like, we're seeing most of these people in their peak, or at least their peak so far right now.
Yeah.
Match number 5, Dr. Redacted versus Mad Dog Connelly. A brutal match. They were biting each other's hands early in the match. Connelly getting flipped by Redacted over a rail onto the floor. Redacted was choking Mad Dog with a fan's walking stick. Doc had poison mist in his mouth for a very long time. I want to give him credit for that. He spits it in Mad Dog's eyes, then hits a northern lariat and covers 4-3. Our winner was Dr. Redacted. I just want to say I didn't mention Mad Dog enough, but he has done such a fantastic job. And the last little mention here, Redacted left through the wrong curtain and everybody was kind of laughing for it. I don't know if you noticed, Atticus did the same thing later that night.
No, I did not pick up
he straight that. He just he must have just stayed in there and sold it. But yeah, he walked right in there. You could see people, you could hear someone saying, "Wrong way, asshole." I thought that was funny. Let me do this real quick. Yeah. Jeez Louise. Thank you. We appreciate you. Holy moly. Yeah, and even other people are like, thank you. We appreciate it very much. My wife, I might as well tell you too. My wife actually figured out the whole thing with the postage. So there's stuff going out to you, Joe. And then the next round are a couple people who have been donating that got a hold of me. So that next round is going out here shortly. It's just, we had to figure out how to do it at the cheapest price.
No,
that's not easy.
It. Yeah. Especially going across country. It's definitely not easy.
Well, but, with like SJ,
yeah,
they're in Canada. So it's going to be, it's going to be a hefty little That right there will probably cover postage. But if anybody has put in the work to, let everybody know who we are and what we've done, they have, and we're extremely thankful for that. So thank you again. And we also, I think we thanked you earlier for a donation also. So yeah, so thank you again for that. We appreciate you.
Well, real quick, John, because I wanted to do definitely say to SJ that she would be happy to hear my wife recently picked up diamond art. I showed her some of your pictures of that you made with like bear and stuff like that, and she's like, "Oh, that looks interesting." And so she's actually dove headfirst into diamond art because of some of the work that she's did. So shout out to you for that.
Nice. Yeah. It's not wrestling related, but a while back I remember my wife was doing it. She loved it.
Yeah.
Just sitting there and playing around with that, just like put something fun on TV to listen to. And
yep, it's a great way to just kind of numb your mind and just dive into something,
I love it. Yep. Yay.
Yeah.
It's a community.
I've already gotten her like one of those electric pens that like vacuums up the diamond art because she doesn't want to use the stick stuff. She's like an expert now, so
I love it. Hey, it's cool when someone picks up a new hobby like that and they end up enjoying it.
Yeah, no, it definitely is exciting to see. Because I have this as a hobby, and she didn't really have anything, so to have that's kind of refreshing.
I'll tell you what, where I'm at right now, my hobby is turning into a jobby at this point between this podcast. Bro, 18 hours on this podcast and then another 3 to 4 on the official podcast. Bro. Yeah. Well, here we are again. Jeez, guys. Crow Fairy Tale, $20. My goodness, guys. Crow, hit me up later. Like I said, my wife is making bracelets. We'll get one sent out to you as a thank you. And again, I say it all the time. If anybody did donate, hit me up on Twitter and I'll make sure that we get something out to you as a thank you. Yeah, see, there's other people coming in. Also, I've realized that YouTube likes to take a small chunk of the money. And in a little bit, I think I will have a QR code with like my own little thing up here so you guys can give without YouTube taking a chunk of the money out. But we'll figure that out at some point. Like they take a chunk. Yeah. So, okay. Anything about the Connelly Redacted that we didn't cover?
Well, I just want to say, like you mentioned, Connelly and kind of seeing his progression. I need to see more of him, his character, and I don't know how to explain it, but like the aesthetic look of him, just like I like it. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just like, it's just black tights and like the no shoes, but like something about it just like works, right? Like it's a well put together character, and I really like that. And then you mentioned the spot where he flipped over. That looked like it was going to be bad, right? Like even the commentators mentioned it. Like that ankle landed very awkwardly. He was able to work through the match and then work tomorrow the next day. Also, I said tomorrow, but you know what I meant. But it looked for a second like it was going to be bad, and it's very refreshing to see that he did not get hurt.
Well, okay, so I was going to get into this on the next match that he had, but I love the fact that he like really stays with his character throughout the match. Like he'll be walking through the crowd trying to get through the ring and trying to get to the ring, or he may be fighting in the crowd and he's constantly like has his head down. He's like, like he's acting like he's crazy and he really has something bugging him. And a lot of wrestlers break character mid-match towards the end of their match unless it, serves them storyline wise. He sticks with it, and I want to give him a lot of credit for that. And working at GCW in bare feet is balls out wild. I mean, like speedball style is crazy. So and Reed saying it is not an act. But I like his intensity. He's got that Irish, fire in him, and the Irish part of me likes that. You know what I mean? So I think it's really freaking awesome. I'm with you. I'm happy that he's on the GCW side of things now. And
like I said, get some wins though, John.
We're working on that. I do think he adds some form of aggression to the quote unquote roster, we'll say. And I think that opens up some new possibilities for some matches. We'll see where that goes.
I'll jump along for the ride, but I need to get some W's.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Some people say it doesn't matter. Getting some W's does matter. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It really does. On to Hook versus Joey Janela, almost 15 minutes long. Hook is another name I didn't expect to see at GCW. I hope we get a greater influx of talent to give GCW more exposure. I'm going to stop right there. Agree or disagree? Do you feel that bringing some of the ROH AEW talent down benefits GCW, or do you feel get these TV people out of my GCW?
I think it's a little bit of both. It brings great exposure. It brings, the name, and then you see that on the marquee, and people that might not have known what GCW is, are like, oh shit, Hook's fighting on a local card in my town. Let me go check the show out. I think that's what happens. The only drawback I have is the name he faces, right? Like Joey's already a made man. I wish they would use some of these, AEW ROH guys to help maybe build some of the younger talent. I think that would be a great kind of, I hate to use the wrestling term, but a great rub, right? Like, working those and holding your own is a good rub. For example, Teriyaki had on last week. Like, that would have been a great rub for him to verse Hook. Nothing wrong with this match or versing Joey, but that's the only thing I wish when you're bringing in a name like that.
I like that Hook got on the microphone afterwards because his character is kind of a quieter one.
Yeah.
And I think the fans needed that. We needed to know why he's there, what direction he's wanting to take. And I felt like he was really good at telling us that. So
yeah, it was different than the Hook you've seen in AEW.
This is a great question. Were you surprised this wasn't the main event? If the main event wasn't an ultraviolet championship, I would say yeah. Although Atticus Cogar versus Aaron Williams was a banger. I don't know, man.
So I'll save my answer for that question for the next match, because that was literally something I was going to bring up.
Okay.
On the next match in terms of match placement. So I'll save it for that match.
So here's what I was. You can see my notes, right?
Yes.
Okay. My next note says I felt the most quality matches on this card were matches 4 through 7. Both told a great story here. It produced lots of GCW chants. If we had an IC title, Hook would be instantly at the front of the line here. Fast forward, Hook choked out Joey at almost 15 minutes long. Our winner here was Hook. After that, he gets on the mic and says he's just getting started at GCW. Atticus comes out. He calls Hook another TV wrestler. It devolves into pushing, and refs start separating them. It looks like Hook is doing more work down the line. So I'm excited about that. I'm guessing you probably are too then?
Oh, I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
The only thing I have to say about that interaction was I do wish that the people were there quicker to break it up, because it looks like they were kind of waiting.
Yes, they were. There were the final pushes from each of them was a little
yeah. Like where's our security to break this up?
Who's gonna break this shit up?
Yeah. So I mean, that happens too, though. Like, when it's bang bang like that. But Hook, like the look, the mic, everything looks like if you didn't know he was a AEW star, looks like a tailor-made GCW superstar, right? Like, just fits it. So I would love to see more work with him. I like to see him on the mic more, so be a little bit different than what we see in AEW. Kind of expand that and get some work in. But overall, I enjoy him in GCW. And I want to see more.
Bro, I'm okay with ROH and AEW getting a little work in on their undercard down here, because I have a feeling there's going to be some quality wrestlers that want to get some reps in, and that does nothing but make GCW a better place to watch wrestling.
Yeah. And another thing, and I'm not trying to be in anyone's pocket, but you show up to a GCW show, it's one of the biggest indie shows anywhere it goes. There's going to be a line down and around to pay you to get autographs and get photos, right? Like, you are going to make money. So why not? It's a win-win.
No kidding. No, and this just came up here. Dallas update: Baron Gabby versus Cowboy Way. All right. Let's see what happens there. Okay.
I like seeing Gabby more and more in GCW.
I think that's what. Yeah. I think that's the. And I know Bear initially was a little like, I don't know. And then a year goes by and she's ready to roll, man. I think it's fucking awesome.
Well, I think it's because the fans welcome her with open arms, right? I like
Yeah.
As a husband, and you want to protect your wife, right? And like I think he was maybe worried as to would they be welcoming, and they welcomed her with open arms, which was refreshing to see.
Luckily,
they're two of the best people in wrestling.
Oh man. I'll second that. After this match, Aaron Williams' music hits, and that's how we got our next match.
I love this. I love this.
How it flowed.
I love when they do this, when you don't send the guy back and you just like it's like when you're on TV, it's like when the GM comes out and it's like, you want to come out here and interfere, and that match happens now, right? Like that's kind of what it is without a GM coming out and saying it.
So you and I are on the same base. I love when the card kind of flows naturally.
Yeah.
And that's what happened here. And actually into the next match, I think it may have happened too, but I'm trying to remember. 16 matches to remember is a little rough sometimes. Okay, so that led us into our GCW World Championship match. It was Atticus Cogar versus Aaron Williams. 16 minutes long. I wrote a quality match. Welcome back, Aaron Williams. Last seen January 11th of 2025. It was against Matt Cardona at Thank Me Later 2025. And if anybody has a memory, that match was also kick-ass. Aaron went for a kick and smashed his mouth on a chair, and I believe he lost the tooth. Our winner and still GCW World Champion, Atticus Cogar. Atticus was our second victim of leaving through the wrong curtain. I love that. Yeah, how'd you feel about this one?
So I love the match, and the pop that Aaron got from the crowd was nuclear. It was a little shocking to me, but
3 teeth. Sorry, man. Sorry.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But I don't know. I just like when it's a GCW title match and it's versus guys who aren't regulars on the card, it almost seems like a foregone conclusion, which sometimes ruins the match for me. Like I almost wish they would do something where it was like what AEW does with the title eliminators, right? Like you get a chance at the champion. If you win, you get a title match down the line, right? Like that to me suspends belief a little more in terms of, well, maybe Atticus doesn't win this match, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only drawback I have from it. Overall, this match was excellent. I'm not taking away from this match. I just think from a booking aspect, booking Atticus versus random guys, which happens time to time when you go into a town and you book their big name talent, I think it takes away from the match.
And I think you're fucking right, dude. Now, I want to talk to you about this. I know Atticus said he was rewriting the timeline. What do you feel? What changes do you feel has been made since Atticus has gotten the GCW World Championship?
Well, I think when we talk about timeline, you got to peel back a little bit what transpired that left to Atticus leaving, right? Like initially, I think the feathers started to get ruffled with the Hammerstein show, right? Where Atticus was one of the hottest people in the business in the company at that point, and he's left off for a spot where they get taken out by ECW originals, right? I think that's what happened in that show.
Yeah.
So to kind of go full circle, and now he's holding the belt for 200 plus days. I think we're at that point now. I think that's what he was speaking about when he said rewriting history.
Yeah, because to me, I think it came off as, I had this hiccup and left. Now this is me just starting the machine back up again at GCW. I feel that's kind of what he was saying. And maybe I took it wrong, but I didn't know. I didn't, outside of him carrying the championship for over 200 days, I was wondering if there was any other changes that you can remember he said have been made, or was it just him winning the championship and, carrying it?
I think that's what he meant, but I can't, I don't can't pinpoint any other changes.
Right. And that's why I asked, and I was patient on this too. You know what I mean? Cause I'm like, okay, the story is still developing. Let's see what comes next. The only thing I do have a gripe about, and I mean that a lot of times our world championship match ends up in the middle of the card.
Yeah.
That says something sometimes.
That was what I wanted to mention. I'm always under the persona that the world title. Again, there's some companies now who do openers, and the big match is the opening of the show to kind of kick it off with a bang. And if that's what you want to do, fine. But to be co-main event, to me, I don't like that. I think the title should always be your main event.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm there with you. I know that there was that change partially because deathmatch for the last, but outside of that, I really feel like that should be the most important match on the card, unless of course it's not.
Yeah. And I mean, we've wired our brain to thinking the main event is the most important match.
Yes.
So that's why we draw to that point.
Yeah. Who the fuck knows anymore? Our main event, the GCW Ultraviolent Championship, Otis Cogar versus Anakin Murphy, 13.5 minutes long, a solid hardcore match. Anakin took a beating. The big news here, Napier's back. His interference helped Otis retain the championship. Of course, our winner and still the GCW Ultraviolent champion, Atticus Cogar. Well, how did you feel about this one?
I love seeing Anakin back just because, you know, I know he felt like maybe that weekend wasn't the best showing for him. So to see him back and kind of prosper, you know, and kind of delete that from his mind and move past it was very good to see. Overall, though, like, what are the rules in terms of like deathmatch in which one was this? We are in Ohio. What are the rules for deathmatch in Ohio? Are they not allowed to use like
no glass?
No glass. Okay, that's what I was wondering, because I know you do the Ultraviolet Championship match last because of the debris that's left over in the ring, but these matches could have been flip flopped because glass is not a factor at this point. So you could have had Atticus be the main event at that point.
I'm with Ishmael. Good to see you, Ishmael. I wasn't expecting Napier to be back that quickly. I don't think any of us were, because the way it sounded, he was going to be off for months, and then he comes back in looking pretty limber, and that shoulder and everything looked pretty good. So
dare I say a little bigger?
Maybe he was doing a little work in the gym, and good for him if he does. You know?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I think that's maybe where this is going, Screwball, is that it might end up being Vandal 48 versus Unsigned and Don't Care for some match somewhere on the card. But yeah, we'll see there. Question for you. Do you want to do a break and we'll go right into our watch along, or do you want to do a watch along and we go into a break?
Let's do a break and then a watch along so I can go get a drink and run to the bathroom.
Sweet. All right, everybody. That was Race Against Time. We're going to take a 3-minute break. When we come back, we will be watching tonight's watch along. Again, that's Nino versus Sicko, the first round matchup of TOS 11. I think it's currently ranked the number 13 match of all time at GCW. Yeah, we're going to take that 3-minute and we will be back. I will see you here on the other side. We are back, and I think we have a watch along. So give me a second here. I'll get us all together on stage show, and let me get this. It takes a second because I'm terrible at this. There we go. And we will cut off chat. Sorry, guys. Okay. Let me go ahead and get this up. All right. Yeah. Holy shit, was this a match, dude? Do you have anything you want to say about this before we kick off?
I think the match speaks for itself. This is peak two young guys busting their ass to show the entire industry what they're about.
And I also want to kind of make an announcement to those who are in here now, because a lot of you are always in here. From here onward, if there's a banger of a fucking match, I'm going to show it that next week. And if there isn't one, we'll go ahead and do a classic. I feel like it only makes sense for us to keep kind of somewhat up to date on these. And if something like this match goes down at TOS 11, I feel like people need to see this. And I think it's important. And we got the okay. So why the hell not, right? So, yeah, let's get this underway here and we'll get rolling. Fajita makes a great point here. Nino made one hell of a statement in this match. And we'll see what happens. All right, let's get this one rolling here. There we go. Nobody knew what was coming.
Contest is a singles bout, one fall.
You have a squeezy toy? Is that what that is?
In Tournament of Survival.
Yeah. Old school music too.
Sorry, I was muted. So, the showboat usually attracts like hardcore fans, right? Oh my god!
Ice Deacon, what's up, man?
I forgot about that sign.
Bro, look at that energy. Look at that energy.
The showboat usually has a lot of like attracts all the fans, right? And I think a lot of like hardcore deathmatch fans come to this showboat. So Nino was going to get a pop regardless because the deathmatch community is absolutely embraced it.
Yeah. Look at this though, man. So that's what fans want to see. They want to see people that are happy to be here.
He looks like he's holding back emotion here, right? Like,
oh, 100%. Him coming out of that, him coming out of that curtain looked like he was going to just cry on just pure adrenaline.
Because there is kind of that East Coast, West Coast kind of, I don't want to say beef, but there is a little bit, right? And so, like, I know there was probably some questions of would the showboat welcome him, right? And or would they block the Sicko?
So it's kind of weird. I think that the whole East Coast, West Coast thing is pretty much just more of a Jersey thing. I don't really see LA people like, oh yeah, that, you know, on our end, I have a great example, Vipers. On our side, we're like, you know, she's great with Latino culture. Will she go over in Jersey? And then she went over. But yeah, he should have torn the sign just for fun. That Ice Deacon side. Bro, he's taking it in. And the LA guys are right there with the Mexican flags and shit. Yeah. He sucked that all in so well. He's gonna go over so good in LA, bro.
He's a star, man.
Only 20. Can't even buy the man a drink yet.
He is the product of violence. Nino Extremo.
Oh, hitting him with the combos. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, look at this. Already getting his fucking shit. Come on.
You know what's funny? For a 20-year-old young kid in the business, he was throwing some solid strikes this thing. Like, they were legit popping those jabs.
I look at the neck and the build, and I feel like this is like deathmatch Nick Wayne for everybody right now.
Yeah.
He is just eating it up with those people over there. Dude, so the LA fans are just going nuts.
The one thing I can say, though, especially with Brett and GCW, oh, he's a boxer. That makes perfect sense because they were sharp. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
the one thing I can say about Brett in GCW though is he is so over with the crowd that I truly wonder if Brett starts using him in just like regular matches to kind of preserve him a little, right? To kind of, be able to use him on every single show.
Same thing. Time will tell. I think you're smart for doing. I think it would be smart to do it that way. Give him more hardcore, a little less deathmatch at times, just to preserve the guy, but still get in his reps. Let the fans see him. It'll probably have to be hardcore though, because it's almost like Bear, where it's GCW level. It's kind of expected that hardcore is coming.
But we saw Sicko and Janela have not so hardcore matches. He showed out. Like these guys are talented in the ring. I think the fans need to see them more, and if that means less deathmatch, I'm okay with it.
Reed says, "Can we talk about the lower crawl not being fixed still?" I don't know what he's talking about there.
No.
Maybe it was a misspell. Maybe he just used the wrong word. Damn, these guys. They're so lucky they're young like that. Just like whipping through things and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was kind of a little bit fake too. Like, knowing where Sicko kind of started from. Some of the predominant hardcore deathmatch fans were like, this is GCW changing his name because of where it came from.
So someone was talking about if they like wrestlers using different personas in different companies. And I actually do. I like how Bear is one thing at GCW and something completely different at TNA.
Yeah. Yeah. But I like Sicko the front better.
Sicko so focused, hasn't noticed.
Boom! Bro, first thing I saw here is Sicko's checking his ear.
Yeah.
That's what worried me.
So, let me ask you, that spot was excellent, right? But from like X's and O's perspective, Sicko sees him up there the entire time and then Wilson walks the ring and turns his back to it. Does that sometimes suspend for you? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, he's up there waiting to jump on you and you turn your back.
Yeah, I'll just tell you the truth. I gave up on suspending belief when I started watching independent wrestling. That's the most honest thing you're gonna hear from me, dude. I had to give up on crisp moves. I had to give up on clotheslines that looked like you actually might connect if the person didn't duck. Like, I had to give up on all that.
Yeah.
So I actually am down to, that's a cool move, more than I am about
that's how I am.
Unfortunately, a lot of these guys don't tell stories. Sometimes a match is just a match.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Whoa. With another
handspring.
See, like that.
A Pele kick shatters the glass into the face.
Yeah, I know what you're saying there. I just have to ignore it. You know what I mean?
But it was a cool ass spot, so I'm okay with it.
Look at this.
Right.
Launching his entire body.
That's what I feel in a lot of deathmatch. Like, if it's a cool spot, I don't care.
So this TOS 11 especially, I was telling Brett, I'm like, listen, man, there was a lot of spots with no wrestling in between.
I think that was the biggest drawback to COS.
Oh, COS was a bigger offender than TOS. Actually, COS is my bitch more than. I always worry about how those doors bend because it can snap your neck like that.
Yeah. I mean, this weekend we saw that with those hard ass doors.
Bro, he ain't even pulling the door up. He just pulled the door out.
I do love that when it like gets like stuck in their hair a little because it lets the people know, like, nah, this is real barbed wire. This isn't that fake stuff, you know?
You know, to the fan base's age, I think Nino did a good job on going with like the 90s style pants also.
Yeah.
Sicko's now made the climb.
Really thinking about it, took too long.
There we go.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
And there's
That was crisp. That was crisp.
Yeah.
Hero's not done.
But I mean, so that's something not spoken in deathmatch, and maybe, you know, I have to come back to this. You talk about suspending belief. You know, it's kind of funny, but you know that the most educated fans are pretty much at the independent level. Isn't it funny how we overlook crispness and fundamentals sometimes at this level?
Because I think,
He's going under the ring.
especially with deathmatch, I know we say like the best deathmatch is the one that is telling stories.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, the deathmatch is more for the viral, for putting the match together. And I hate to say this because I do love a good story, but I'd much rather a crazy spot than a good story, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Well, there's quite a few things that are more accepted. Like at the independent level, you're more of a cheerleader as a fan. You're like, you know that the guy isn't fully grown into his body. You know he's trying to get that move and he might not hit it, you know. It's funny that the most educated of fans,
Going back to this.
you know,
That is a
aren't hard. They're not harder on independent wrestlers.
But I think you're not harder because of the closeness, right? Like,
Yes.
you watch this match and then
That is very
5
real.
minutes later,
That's paid
intermission
flag.
for a break, and they're at their booth, and you can go
Oh,
talk
now
about
it
the
is
match.
set up
Yep.
in the center
And I
of the ring,
think that's the
suspended
difference.
between
Mhm.
cheers.
Wow.
Long way to go.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
And look at that. Sicko rolls out of leg.
So I thought this was just a pure miscommunication.
Recalibrate the plan here a little bit.
Sicko looks at him.
They're trying to regroup a little bit.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, this was the coolest spot of the weekend, bro.
Yep.
Like,
Badass.
it was such a cool spot. I don't think people realize the precision.
Bro. The fact that one had to jump further than the other and they still had to meet right over the glass.
Yes. Who was it? Who was that? Ricochet and Logan Paul.
They stared right at
Oh, and you know who else did some shit too? And this is kind of fun, but at Collective, Sam Stackhouse and KJ Orso hit the corner perfectly at the same time. It was so awesome.
Ricochet and Logan Paul, I believe, in the run, did this exact same spot. Obviously not the class,
Right.
but this exact same spot. And this is even harder because you have to land perfectly on the glass.
So I figured it was either that spot or the spot off the ladder was my two favorites.
That was my favorite because it was just so different.
Yeah.
Tubes. I believe
We got a tube ladder.
This spot here tripped me out. Like, I was like, what are we gonna do here?
Yeah, that is a layer of light tubes on top of the
I love
ladder,
it.
which
I love it.
Sicko is
There's
now
something
positioned in
about the
corner.
rawness that they bring with them that spices up GCW's deathmatch.
Agreed. It's a breath of fresh air, right? It's just so new.
Whoa. Whoa.
Well, that's the thing.
Sicko
We've
able
seen
to
it all.
save himself.
So we almost need to have new blood
for
just to
Sicko.
get new ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, when have
Oh,
you
but wait a
seen a
second.
light tube ladder? You don't see that too often.
Extremo's trying to come up with the most deadly use of this weapon he can think of, this light tube covered ladder, and oh no.
Yeah, Capadon is right. The tubes were so weird. Like he stood on one, it didn't break.
Yeah.
Sicko just tumbles to the outside.
Good job on Sicko.
I think that's all he had.
He
to get
damn near
away.
twisted his own hand to stay away from breaking that fucking
Yeah.
thing.
And trying
To save a
escape,
spot.
He just went crashing to the outside.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's gonna hurt the
But it
wrist
did
and
save him from
yeah, see they're checking.
whatever Extremo had in mind.
He's
Now
good.
Sicko just
Roll him in, Perch. Oh no, Perch isn't here.
his
That's
teeth
Max.
in agony
Roll him
here.
in, Max.
Collided with some of the plunder on the outside too.
Sicko says, I'm good to continue back in the ring.
Extremo, he's making the climb.
So like it takes
Big
cooperation to do
hands of
this right here.
Yeah.
You have to suspend belief to get to that level, you know. Chances are they should have fought and then he should have draped Sicko over there and then he should have went up on the top, you know, like beat on him
Yeah.
for a while.
But I
But
think-
instead Sicko just goes over there and kind of, you know.
But I think being there live and stuff and seeing it, like, in the moment, it's like, okay, it was a cool ass spot. I don't care
Yes.
how often, right? Like
Yes.
when you watch it back, you
Sicko
have
trapped in the corner, and it's Extremo who has that
Yes.
tube covered skateboard deck.
Little
that
Darby
Sicko
Allin
brought
here.
that with him to the ring.
Oh.
this match was insane, man.
Hell yeah.
Extremo.
Oh, that is it. Extremo makes the cover, and wow, Sicko just, he was absolutely destroyed underneath that ladder. But somehow he's rising back up to his feet, takes the legs.
Oh.
Nino into more tubes.
And that's usually the star that Sicko uses when he comes off the top of a ladder that Nino just put him through. Or he just put Nino through.
Yeah.
Well, Sicko, we saw him playing around on that scaffold a little bit. In
It's so different watching it back now, like
and I think it
versus
is
being there.
developed here
Yeah.
into an idea.
It always seems more chaotic when
all the
you're
way
there.
up top.
Yes.
And it's a long way down.
Is this the first time watching it on TV?
Yes.
Oh, no kidding.
Nino.
I obviously watched the Gresham match a couple of times
Yeah.
and finals and stuff, but this match, like, I don't know, just being there was so electric. I was like, I don't know if I want to watch it back. Like, I just.
Yeah, you don't want to ruin it. You know what? That happens sometimes with LA is because the sound, you can't duplicate the live feeling.
Yeah.
That it almost stinks sometimes to watch it back. You're like, that's not how it was in LA, but you're like, that's what it was.
Who's now positioning a chair here in the ring.
Why is there commentary? Because we're watching it. And we also wanted to have the real audio.
Nino's all the way on the outside.
You got to hear the
Another
crowd reaction.
Pane of glass.
And the glass. I mean, that's the
Sicko.
whole one of the biggest aspects of deathmatch. That
He's
pop-
asking why we're talking over it. Well, because we can.
Oh, again, another angle. And you
Half
can
the
just
fun is
see
discussing it.
full-on collision. Got to take a lot
yeah.
out of Sicko as well. That level of impact as he's
Sorry,
now got
Pure. I know what you're looking for. I truly know what you're looking
a
for.
two log cabin platform here.
On a positive note, if you do want to hear commentary, it's all up on
But
Triller.
there's
Yeah,
layer
I
of
mean, yeah,
glass.
we're
Not invisible.
huh.
Sicko.
Oh,
He and Nino had a little look across.
Yeah, these
I
are just-
believe we may be meeting on top of this scaffold.
Whoa,
young
they're
bodies,
both making the
luckily.
climb.
You see the wear and tear all over the back, the body, blood everywhere.
Look at that
Whoa, whoa,
shot.
whoa.
Footing's so important right now.
And Sicko's already been up there. I don't know that he expected to find himself back on top, and this time he's the one in big trouble.
Oh.
Spanish fly.
Off the scaffold through the glass.
Wow. The bubbles. I'm sorry, the bubbles get me.
And Sicko the clown is
The
shouldering
bubbles.
down. He's immobilized, but Nino Extremo,
I'll be honest with you, I'd love to have sponsors. I'm actually surprised Triller isn't involved somehow in this show.
Explosion of
How cool
I'll
is
say that. I'll say that without yelling. What's up?
The picture in picture was our
What a huge moment for Sicko.
show watching the show.
And maybe,
Yeah.
I think at this point, you had no coverage. You got to look for more offense.
I'm with Reed. I'm not a big fan of the one-legged, the old Cardona thing.
Yeah.
Sicko back up.
I love when a wrestler goes over naturally, not being told to go over.
The flesh on the
Don't need a
back of
storyline.
Nino Extremo, it's
Yeah, just
shredded.
naturally.
Yeah.
And that
Oh yeah,
More.
sure. What we
I was
do
gonna
is we
ask
just
if
try to
they
go
lies
over
are
one each
great.
week, just fans watching, just trying to kick it together,
Pokey,
like two guys on a couch.
bad,
We
also
we
bad
no
by
seriously, and
Tuesday.
like we like to just do this like
And that
yeah.
was a
Okay,
swing.
this
Toothpick
this
sword.
dude like straight out the
That's
south.
not
I love
good.
seeing
Lots
this.
And lots of splinters.
Murdoch won't do these
So I had an interview with him, and I asked him one thing he won't do, and this was the first thing he said.
without
Second.
question.
Yeah.
Without question. He said one got infected. They're hard to get out.
Fighting to get an advantage.
Ooh, that shit's falling, guys.
Oh, but it's Sicko. Sicko the clown sent.
Ugh.
Oh, full porcupine into that board. Ah,
Into the glass.
Oh my gosh.
oh.
That's disgusting, man.
Bro, when he
Stays-
stood up
Look at the shoulder
and you
up.
could see his whole ass to knee like is just covered in him, I was like,
Into
wow.
Extremo. Oh,
Hmm.
Ugh.
that is sticking out of his head now. What? Sicko. What does he want now? That's a table.
Porcupine mode. I mean, full up and down the back and legs.
And look at Nino Extremo has
In the
sticking out of
hands.
his hands.
Like, I don't think people realize like how
And
easy
you already talked about it, Veda. Will there be
like they
anything
snap,
left?
right? So that's in
for
you, and it
another
snaps, and it's
match?
like stuck
And
in
then
it.
maybe have another. That's
Like
the goal.
it's so crazy.
Ooh.
No
I
regard
don't know
for
how you
Nino
feel, John.
Extremo at all. Sicko
It's
done with
weird
this
to
shit,
say
looking
this.
to end it right now.
But out of all the shit they do, unprotected chair shots to the head
Stomp
is
to the
still
head of
one that
Nino.
messes me up.
It's like Rampage.
I could see
right there.
1,000
That was
tube
bad.
shots, but the unprotected chair shots, I still cringe.
Yeah.
What? Wait,
I remember how I used to
guess that's
feel.
not
It was
how he
like the
wants it.
harder
He's a
the
water
better.
thief.
And then when somebody would get popped with a chair, I'm like, yeah. Now that I'm an adult, I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Those add up.
Every unprotected one is probably another
feel-
match
you
checked
feel
off your
this
career.
Energy
Yeah.
in the room shifts
Well, it's
now
just-
with Sicko
That's
adding
another
this
story for another
crazy
day because
tall
it gets
ladder.
really sad. But yeah, CTE is just
Every time
Oh.
he takes a step right, every time he
Yeah.
breathes, you feeling these pokes of these toothpicks.
agree.
This is a very large ladder.
Because I think
as
people seem to
well.
forget that, right,
And
John?
like
Like in
800
but, like,
feet, would be my
Yeah,
guess.
basically,
CTE
I
was
mean,
predominantly
it's
a
what we
football
used to
thing, but
attack
these guys go through the same
things
thing.
to the ceiling
Yep.
here, and
You get
it's,
popped in their head, you're getting hit with an object 30, 40, 50 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It's exactly the height that Sicko's looking for here. He's got Extremo down on the ground behind him.
No shit. You can tell they work so well together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're
Whoa.
familiar with each other. They've wrestled a couple times, right?
Yeah. Down in
Sicko all the way to
Loco.
the top.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They put
Oh,
so
God,
much
no.
into this
No.
match.
Why did we hang a
Is there
wheelchair
a-
up there? I know, but Sicko has it, and
Nino's
wait,
got
no,
a
Nino Extremo's taking it.
6
Ow!
mile.
Ugh.
And Sicko's got nowhere to go.
Ah!
Very bad.
I love it.
That was up there
Oh,
all
he's
night.
been weed whacked.
Bro, look at that. That's higher than most of us think.
Ow!
Okay, so my question.
Through the table,
Do you
through the
think
tube,
that he was
Nino
supposed to go
Extremo.
through stomach first or back first? Because obviously his feet went through.
So he was facing this way, right? He got flipped over.
Yeah.
That's a hard question to
The
answer.
winner of the match.
Because obviously you would say stomach, but that's not a good way to go through that.
Semifinals of Tournament of Survival.
You'd have to do like a
11,
full 360 to get back.
Nino
Bro, the only reason
Extremo.
Sicko isn't dead is again, youth.
Yeah.
Like that. Stomach
Yeah.
first.
Take a look at
Pure
this.
says back.
I try to follow
Huh.
all the various
Look at that, look at that.
lines,
Ugh, I think it was-
various surfaces.
I think it was
don't know.
back. I think he had one
Absolutely
too few
unbelievable.
trajectory, which is why
See the
he landed on
emotion
his feet.
just coursing through his body.
Hey, there's something we didn't know. Randomly, marathon runners suffer more brain damage. It's the constant pounding, bouncing as you run on. Bro, I learned something tonight.
While Extremo here is
And that's
celebrating,
true.
we
Brett
still
did
have
say that that was a
all
tribute to
the
CZW.
semifinal and final rounds waiting
Yeah,
for
that
you.
was-
We're gonna take
That was Cage's Arrival.
a bit of a break here
Wow.
in a minute
Who was that? Was that
to prep.
Oh my God, I remember the exact watching this match live.
Clean this up a little bit.
I said that was Cage's
We got
Survival.
Nino
That was
Extremo. We got
it was the one
Mr.
with
Danger.
Blackout. Chris,
We
there it is.
have
Chris Cash.
Yes.
advancing
Bro.
into the second round.
All right, man. That was fucking badass. I had to put that on. It just so it's like this, right? We can put on classic matches and stuff, but like a classic just happened. And there are people that are going to be able, like maybe they can't afford Triller and they're just watching this, you know, to catch up on the show. You know, at least they get to see this banger, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Power to the people. Yeah, there were people saying that, yeah, the blood in the eyes. Yeah, he always has different contacts.
Well, now that you said this is, so I'm literally doing it right now as we speak. You said that this was the 13th ranked?
Yeah, I can look real quick and tell you if it's moved at all. But last I checked, it was 13th. So I'm going to look right now. Match guide, Raw. Sicko and Extremo now sits at number 8.
How do you get to that?
You go to Cage Match.
Yeah.
You look up GCW.
Yep.
You go to Match Guide.
Okay.
So there's one that says Match Guide. Okay. If you go to Match Guide, you're going to see all the matches, right?
Yeah.
Hit rating. You see how they all have ratings and a number?
Yeah.
If you hit rating on the right side, that'll have everything ranked by rating.
See, I think 2 should be 1.
Alex Colon and Cogar over Tremont Gage.
Yeah, that was what's the name, right? That was 666, right?
Yes, that was the main event of 666,
Yes.
and Tremont Gage was the NGI 2 main event.
That Cologne Cogar match is one of my favorites.
Oh, I hope you guys like that. I just kind of muted this so we can at least watch this while we bullshit for a minute, because I really do feel like this is also part of it. I think people need to see this, and you know, fans at home need to see this too. Like I said, live fans talk to the fans at home. A lot of their enthusiasm carries over to the next shows.
Like, I don't think people realize, like, these people are dapping him up and stuff. Meanwhile, this dude is literally dripping in blood.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Bro, that was fun.
that was a good match. Watching it back. Now I've watched the whole tournament back.
Yeah.
Gave me the itch.
So there's so many ideas I could do with GCW. I'd love to pitch, and one of them would be, it would be fun to do a watch along and just do like a whole show. Just
Look at
bullshit.
Reed's comment.
Bring a couple wrestlers on. And which one, Reed? He said we should watch the Jordan Oliver Tony Deppen classic. Oh my gosh.
Wasn't that the one from the 24-hour show where it was like
Yeah.
2 hours?
Could you imagine? Fuck that, man. You ain't seeing that out of me. Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's see here. Let me go into what the hell we were doing. I got sunk in it. Like I just went out of podcast mode and I was just in dudes watching fucking wrestling.
You were in fan mode.
Hell yeah. Okay, let me break back into it here. Okay, our second show of the weekend was The Last Ones Left. This was from Celebration Plaza Amphitheater in Indianapolis, Indiana. I wrote here that the flashing lights were kind of intense at times. I do like the Italian neighborhood feeling. We were talking about that earlier, Joe.
Yeah.
Same thing as the previous night. Manawa and Mose were on commentary. Fantastic job by them. Any comments about Celebration Plaza Amphitheater or anything about this show before we jump in?
So is this used regularly for wrestling? Is this?
I believe so. Yes,
their
I think I've
local
seen
promotion venue.
I think I've seen it before. And yes, I think Naptown does use it also. I think Jay Rowe saying that they're going to be back there, I think, later this month.
Okay, because it just felt like it was a well put together like location, right? Like it felt like everything like kind of flowed right, and the entrance right, like everything just worked perfectly.
There you go.
Which it showed, right? Like it showed that
Yeah.
that was a venue that's used regularly.
Yeah, and I always like to see J Rose. It's always fun. He brings a unique energy to it, and that only he has. And that's why I think everybody says be yourself. Nobody can duplicate who he is and what he has. They might duplicate what he says, but they're not going to get his energy. You know,
Yeah.
things like that. He's a one of a kind, and I like to celebrate people like that.
Yeah. Well, especially in a business where you have so many cookie cutter carbon copies, you know, trying to emulate. It's good to see someone different.
Clown said that place felt like a Shakespeare play could have been held. I wanted Juliet on the balcony.
The
I get it.
lighting on that entrance rig too was pretty cool.
That was a strong color. Let me tell
Yeah.
you there. A lot of it. I'm like, damn, I'm wondering if anybody's going to bitch at home because of the flashing. Whatever.
That came off nice.
Our first match, a 6-way scramble. Hunter Drake, Reese Maddox, Cavern Canyon, Logan Cavazos, Jimmy Darren, and Victor Analog. I wrote here that it was good seeing Hunter back. We haven't seen him in quite a while. There were a couple miscues in this one. I'll keep this one light. 7.5 minutes long. Our winner in this one was Hunter Drake. And again, it's cool seeing him back. Every time he comes back, I feel like he's changed a little bit here and there. And that's what we've got.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think we talked about it last time he was on. The growth in overall just his physique is impressive to see. You know, it looked like he's bulking up a little bit and kind of investing a lot in his body, which is good to see because he's an excellent wrestler. So, you know, the sky's the limit for him. But I do agree with you. There was a couple of miscues, and overall, it was a good intro to the show. But I wish we could little less sloppy.
And I'm with Speed here. He said Hunter would be a good regular on GCW. I think that it's sliding. I think he's sliding into that position of being more of a regular. Again, I mean, has a similar body to Flying Ryan. I mean, these are going to be the young up and comers. And I think Hunter has definitely been better year over year that we've seen him, because he has actually been around quite a few years at GCW, and it kind of flies under the radar.
I think he's another one. I mean, like you said, flying under the radar, but I do think he's another one where it's enjoy him now because not here for a long time.
And I hope that's the case. I really do. That's our job. Our job is to sit here and you know, do what we can to make sure these guys get, you know, the encouragement they need, the spankings they need, and the exposure that they need. Oh, yeah. Hunter Drake only ever put on muscle because everyone kept thinking he and Anakin were the same person. That's kind of funny. I think that's kind of funny. I will say though, when we first saw Hunter, I was like, man, he's skinny. And I even felt bad about it. I'm like, dude needs to eat a sandwich, hit the gym, because if he does, his body is a Jordan Oliver style body. His shoulders are wide. He's going to just beef out. And that's why I'm like, let's get this guy to beef out. And as he's gotten older and, you know, you kind of mature into your body, you're seeing now he's looking better. He's beefing out a little bit. And I felt that was one of the pieces he's missing. And now he's kind of growing into that, like we kind of feel he was going to, you know, mature and grow into. So.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think we talked about that a couple times in the show when he was on.
Yes. On to match number 2, Mad Dog Connelly versus Calvin Tankman. This was almost 11 minutes long, a very strike-heavy physical match. I enjoy Mad Dog fully leaning into his crazy persona during the whole match. Great offense using the dog chain also. I know we talked about that earlier, but there's the notes. Calvin Tankman, last seen on September 13th of 2025, almost a year ago. He had a killer package powerbomb, a move I don't think I've ever seen before. And I thought it was just going to be a regular like package, but no, he picked him up package style, then converted him and then hit a powerbomb. I'm like, geez, man. Even more impressive, the big man did a moonsault off the top rope and pin for the finish here. So our winner was Calvin Tankman. How'd you feel about this one, Joe?
So I haven't seen Tankman in a while, but he looks good. He looks like he's toning up a little bit. He looks big, and I mean, not saying wasn't always a big guy. It's just something's different about him. I know the hair and stuff might be a little different than last time I saw him, but he's one of those talents where I'm like, this is a big guy who can do a lot in the ring. I don't know how he's not signed yet, right? Like
Right.
he just has what these bigger companies are looking for. And to me, it's head scratching that he's not signed. But again, not to be a dead horse, but let's get some wins here for Mad Dog a little bit, right? Let's get some wins. But enjoyable match. It was a stiff match, and overall, I would like to see Calvin a little more in GCW, not just when they're in that kind of Indianapolis area.
Give me a second, because I feel like my lighting has been weird. I've felt like I'm in a cave all night and the lighting's off. Like I look
It
like
just
I'm
got
dark.
bad. It wasn't like that all show. It just got kind of dark.
So it's kind of weird, I think, because the sun's going down and I'm right near a window here. So give me a second. I'm actually going to turn on a couple lights real quick. You're a guy who does a little promoting and booking. Do you know about Calvin not liking traveling? Talk with the boys for a second. Give me 5 seconds.
Sure. No. I mean that I haven't heard that, but it's kind of obvious in terms of where he's been recently, right? Like, I'm gonna pull up his cage match real fast while we're waiting for John to get it fixed. Sorry, 1 second, guys.
There we go.
I'm pulling up the cage match just to see where his matches have been as of recently.
Oh, good idea. Yeah. Reed said he's barely left the area in years, and Reed would probably know that too.
Yeah. So just for example, going back to like, just say October of 2025, North Carolina, Indiana, North Carolina, Indiana, North Carolina, like Indiana, just kind of in that vicinity, not really much leaving the area.
Huh. No kidding. Wonder what
Yeah.
that's about. Well, right here. J Rose talked about Tankman shoot job. Is it? Well, hey, that's a great reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What
I mean,
is
listen,
going on with my lighting tonight?
if you're, you looks like you're a part of the Stranger Things now.
This is so weird. I literally have every light on in my house, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in just this room. Huh. Is there any legal reason, or I have no idea about that? No, I'm not sure. Huh. I'm so stumped on my lighting right now. I look like I'm in a dark room, and I'm totally not. Anyway, I guess I'll have to fix that one later. I don't even know how to do that. That is when Marco's stunt comes out, and Janela right after that. They talk shit back and forth. Joey has a women's wrestling champion of the world hat on. Of course, that's definitely Joey. Marco versus Janela at Homecoming. I like that matchup, and I feel like Joey's definitely been putting on more quality matches for the last couple, months, if not year and a half, maybe 2 years. So, oh my gosh, my camera. I don't know what to do, guys. What are your thoughts on Marco and Janela?
So it's definitely an intriguing match, but I wonder, because we know Homecoming is one of the biggest shows of the year, if it leads to more. This is a Saturday show match. If Sunday we see maybe like a tag match or something. We've seen Janela and Mason 2 weeks ago kind of team together well. I wonder if we see something where maybe during the match Mason comes out and attacks Marco and leads to maybe like a Marco and Jungle Boy versus Mason and Janela on Sunday or something like that. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that'd be cool to see.
Reed says, my only feelings for that match is if Joey loses going into Marco, do we care by Homecoming? Oh, if he I don't know.
See, I don't a match like that, I don't think matters wins or losses. Just because it's Joey Janela Homecoming and stuff like that. I think that outweighs what led up to the match.
We'll see, man. I don't
Which
know.
which is kind of contradictory of me, because I'm bitching about Mad Dog not getting wins, and then I'm saying it doesn't matter to Joey.
I don't know, man. let's go into our third
This
match.
camera's really getting to you, man.
It's the camera's giving me problems, so I'm kind of like trying to think about two things at once
No,
here.
I get it.
My son just walked up the steps, like, what can I do, kind of thing, and I'm like, so.
Is there like a TV on or something? Because it literally looks like it's like changing colors almost. Like there's like a reflection coming off.
There is can you see that reflection right there going on?
Yeah.
That's my notes, but outside of that. Oh, and this is the weirdest thing, man. The everything will just get really dark all of a sudden. Then everything will get, like, right now it's getting really light. And then you count to 10 or 20 and then everything will get real dark again. Do you think it's maybe my black shirt thrown off or something? Could it be the ghost of Cornette fucking with the GCW show? Oh yeah. Anyway, oh, here we go. The Cincy kid said, I was at the Cincy show. There were no death matches. It's an Ohio thing or a venue thing. It's an Ohio thing, unfortunately. I don't think Kentucky has any rules. So if you're in the Cincy area, maybe hit a Kentucky show. I don't believe they have, any issues there. GCW After Dark. They said the camera might be dying. Actually, this is a newer camera. It's a Logitech 4K. I couldn't tell you offhand. That's something I'll have to look at when I get it. See it, Owen? So yeah, I'll have to check out the app when I get a chance. It's all good. So our next match, Priscilla Kelly versus Joey Janela. They redid the spot where Joey got into a fight with that guy that tried to flip the tables. I thought it was kind of funny that they put that in there. It also turned hardcore. We had a great superplex through a door bridge. Fantastic spot there. Our winner was Priscilla Kelly, 14.5 minutes long. How did you feel about that one?
I'm so glad you mentioned that table spot because that was so funny to see during the match and hear. Again, I just think, going back to Reed's comment and stuff, I think Joey's to the point now where he's established himself as such a name within GCW that his wins and losses don't always matter, if that makes sense. Like, you're going to get a good match from him, probably 10 plus minutes, and the results are kind of an afterthought, honestly, in my opinion.
This is one of those situations where I feel that, like, it's just about quality of match for Joey anymore. And I even, when it went to the Hook and Joey match, I was almost like, is this good faith that, hey, can GCW really, keep it together if we bring our people down here?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And again, I'm just guessing, but Joey's basically GCW's answer to the Cody verse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great way to put it. Yeah, so if I get a chance, maybe I'll post a picture of it. But yeah, I have I forget what it is. It's like $200 or so, this webcam. So. Anything else on the Priscilla Kelly Joey match?
No, I just think I love that table spot, and just overall, you're gonna get a quality match out of both of these people at this point. Priscilla Kelly seems like she's being booked more and more for GCW shows, so I think we can kind of almost consider her a regular now at this point.
Yeah, I think that's where she's at. Just like Shotzi, like in and out whenever they need to be, but always available if necessary.
Yeah, definitely agree.
On to match number 4. This was the GCW Tag Team Championship 4-way match. Busta and the Brain versus Bangin' Matthews versus Juni, Underwood, Ryan O'Neal versus Top Team. Now, that's not how this went. I think this was supposed to be just a simple tag team match, but teams kept pouring out through the entrance. I actually liked how that was done because it's like, oh, you think you're getting this? Boom, we're giving you this. And then, oh, you know what? That looks kind of cool. How about your fucking GCW Tag Team Champions come out and defend their belt? Like, I like that a lot. Chaos is a good word for it because we kind of had that during the match quite a bit. Tons of action here. Could have used Game Changer World split screen at any time. Ash, it would have been great. Hard to take notes on this one. There was a fun sequence of team moves by all 4 teams, super kicks and German suplexes everywhere. Our winner in this one, Busta and the Brain, still the GCW Tag Team Champions. Solid appearances by all. They still held those belts, man. How you feeling about this one?
I enjoyed this match. I really like all of these competitors a lot. I think Banging matches, I've said it a couple of times, but I think they're going to become more and more regulars. And again, we've already talked highly of Juni and Ryan, and even Top Team showed out on this match. Everyone got, I feel like, a good couple minutes to kind of show out and dominate the match a little bit and get their spots in, which is very refreshing to see. I'm interested to see when they're going to drop the belts, though. Like, they're becoming more and more on AEW and ROH. It's like, it's not a matter of if, but when. And I'm kind of circling that July card where it's them versus Stackhouse and KJ. I think that's probably where they lose it.
Actually, you and I are dead on. That's where I think, because I think that, between Sam and KJ, that's a total package. We have the beef, we have the agility and speed, we've got, a mouthpiece on the mic. Like that's the total package.
And the recognition outside of GCW.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it seems like a really good option compared to some of the other ones, because I think like a lot of the other teams, they're younger, still building, maybe less name recognition. But yeah, KJ and Sam do have something special there.
Yeah.
And God, would they be dominant together? So we'll see. Yeah, Fajita said KJ and Sam need to win in Dallas so they can bring the belts home to Tulsa the next night. I think that's a nice story.
I mean, it's kind of fitting if they announced that now after that tag match was already announced. It's like, hate to kind of give things away, but that also gets a giveaway a little bit.
We'll see what happens. On to our next match. This was the 5th out of 8, a tag team match. The Cogar brothers versus Violence is Forever. 12 minutes long. Violence is Forever was last seen over 2 months ago at GCW's Maniac in Los Angeles. I felt that this was a good 2v2 brawl. Napier gets involved again. Our winner here, the Cogar brothers. What are your thoughts?
I enjoyed the match up until the interference. It's been a while since we've seen Violence is Forever, so it's good to see them back in. Like you said, 2 months is a little long to not see them. But that I looked it up, and they didn't have many matches. I believe there was like 2 in between those 2 months as a tag team. So it looks like they were just not really wrestling much overall. And it was good to see Anakin at the end there come out and kind of get his licks back and even the odds. But I would have loved to have seen maybe the Cogars just get the win clean and then Napier come in afterwards.
We're going to talk about that one later in the show. I actually do have some. No, I guess this is a perfect time. So, Otis got the win the night before. Then, the Cogars get the win based on the fact that they get help. Do you think Otis needed help with Anakin? And do you think the Cogar brothers needed help with Violence is Forever? And if these are our champions, is this weakening the championship if they need to always bring their cousin in for the fist fight?
I don't think the word need it maybe isn't the right one to use. But I get it. This is like the heels and this is what you do. But I don't know. I do agree with you a little bit that it like maybe takes away a little bit, right? Like it weakens. I hate to use that word, but
well, Vandal looks stronger, the championships look weaker.
Yes.
Is that the right way to be?
As a collective group. Well, how about maybe not even the championships, but like as a group they look stronger because like it's like you never know when one of the 3 are going to come out. But as competitors one-on-one makes them look weaker.
Is that the best thing?
It's not, but it's kind of the heel when you're not constantly telling storylines. It's an easy out to keep the heels winning, if that makes sense.
And Reed says they don't need the help. They just are all in because the family who fights together kills together. I get that. But after a while,
it's redundant.
It can, because again, if this was a fist fight in the neighborhood, how tough is the kid who's in a one-on-one where his cousin always steps in to help him win at the end?
And then it also, and it kind of happened at the 2300 show, and it ticked me off a little bit. But like, right, you got Marcus who's in a one-on-one fight with Atticus for the belt. Marcus is kind of holding his own and even getting the upper hand. Then Vandal 48 comes out and attacks him, and no one helps the hometown kid. Like, it becomes like almost like, well, where you know this is coming, why are you not planning ahead?
So that was the issue at GCW. As I always said, the faces just seem to never have friends.
Yes,
there's
exactly.
constant face beatdowns, and that's fair, but I think it's a little too straightforward for a smart fan. And every now and then they need to maybe change it up just a little bit somewhere.
Yeah, no, agreed. Because again, and that's why I brought up Marcus at 2300. You're in your hometown. You're telling me there's no one there that can want to help you. Like, that to me is head scratching.
Yeah, this could be GCW's bloodline. It's the family bond.
Keep bloodline away from GCW.
The answer to that question: who cares when the other kid is in the hospital and we're drinking beers? I mean, yeah, but
is that a movie quote?
That's a great question. I think it might be. Let us know, Reed, and what movie it's from or show it's from, if it is. I kind of like that, though. But yeah, I've thought about that, though. I've thought about, okay, is this showing strength? You know,
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not against it, but I'm going to say it's hard to say you had a strong run if somebody was constantly helping you run the race. Now, I know it's all storyline, but at the same time, the championship should take precedent over your group.
Yeah.
And I understand the group's going over and over and over and over, but yeah. And again, showing unity. So I mean, everybody, you know,
I wouldn't mind if it was like here and there, but it seems like it's every show now.
Yeah.
And that's
there's well over a 50% chance that we will have interference and the championship match will turn to shit.
Yeah.
To put Vandal over.
Yeah, agree.
Yep. So, Anakin comes out to save Violence is Forever, and that rolled us naturally into our next match. Anakin Murphy versus Jimmy Lloyd. Just a touch under 7 minutes. They had a short hardcore match. We had Gussett's staple gun, barbed wire doors, chairs, and more. Jimmy gets plastic bags stapled to his arms. I don't know why, but it was funny. Now Anakin is getting a dollar bill stapled on his arm. Jimmy hit an awesome bomb on Anakin. Holy shit, chants went through the crowd. Our winner in this one was Anakin Murphy. This actually set up July 11th in Hartford. Anakin versus Christian Napier in a death match. Thoughts on this one here?
I think I watched that awesome bomb like 10 times. It was
killer.
It was killer and brutal and well done all at the same time. And listen, that was one of my favorite moves. And the Tanaka and ECW one night stand and stuff. So I loved it. I wish maybe a little bit longer they would have gotten, but for what it was, they hit it out of the park. You know you're going to get a good Jimmy Lloyd match when there's death match or hardcore, whatever you want to consider this to be. But I didn't think I was going to be like that excited for Anakin versus Napier, but after those last two nights, it got me wanting to see this match now. Super. Kudos to everyone involved for making people now be invested in a match.
Right here was something I didn't mention. Patty Cakes, thank you. Vandal versus VIF actually set that door bridge up for the next match.
Oh shit!
Did you notice that?
I didn't. That
was another thing. It's like that was next level thinking. Now, not some genius thing, but actually, if you think about it, yeah. And I mean, the fans see, well, shit, that thing's gonna be there. Good, we're gonna see it in the next match, and I like that. I actually like that. That was different. I'm looking for different after I've seen so much shit in 40 years. I like that.
No, agreed. That I didn't even realize that. That's really cool.
And good eye, Patty Cakes on that one. On to our next match. This was our lead up to our main event. Shotzi Blackheart versus Gringo Loco. 16 and a half minutes long. A solid match. We had more of a Gringo Loco heel. We had a heel Gringo here. I thought that was fun to see. Commentary was mentioning Gringo using a fan's drink and the expenses behind the drink. I love Gringo. I'm going to tell you, I actually wholeheartedly agree because I've been poor before. If that's my only drink that I can afford and someone like, you know, that kind of sucks a little bit, especially in the Midwest. Nobody's rich in the Midwest. My family's all there. Some fighting into the crowd. We got a door bridge at the end. Gringo goes through it in a weird angle. I have no idea why he decided to risk his neck on that, the way he put those chairs up. Did you see that? Like he came over the chair to crash through the door bridge. It was
Yeah,
like,
it was.
why risk your neck? But dude is the professional. He knows what he's doing. But that got me. Yeah. Shotzi pulled out the win here. What are your thoughts on this one, man?
So I think, and one of the comments just said it too. I think Gringo played up the heel role because of how over Shotzi was with the crowd.
Yeah,
I think that maybe was something that was kind of booked on the fly a little bit because the crowd was so hot for her. So he kind of did it up a little more like, shit, they're going to cheer. Let's get nuclear heat. And then that's why he played the heel. Overall, solid match. You know, you're getting a good match from Gringo anytime he's in there. We say it every show, but it just goes to show, like, it don't matter which style of wrestling you ask Gringo to go out there and do. He's going to deliver. So, overall, solid match. I did think Gringo was going to win when he started to do the heel stuff just because, like, it would have been a great way to kind of live up the heel role, right? Like, yeah, you're all cheering for Shotzi, but I'm winning, right? So, I don't know, it was good to see Shotzi win there. But, yeah, overall, good match. And not a match that I thought was going to deliver the way it did, but kudos to both of them.
Right? Yeah, 16 and a half minutes long. They really let that one breathe. And for obvious reasons, both know what the hell they're doing in the ring. So
Yeah.
let them go, man. And really, you know, I felt like that may have been more the main event. And this match was more like the wild lights out event that, you know, like that happens afterwards kind of thing. Cause I think that's how Brett's kind of treating him. And I kind of like to end the show with fucking chaos. That's really, I mean, let's cut the shit. That's what most of the fans are there for, is the fucking chaos.
Yeah.
You know, so I like that they give it to him at the very end. And sometimes it does supersede the heavyweight championship. I know, but not bad, you know?
Yeah.
Shotzi was overdue for a win. Crow said, define rich. No, none of us are rich. None of us have fuck you money where we can just live for the rest of our lives by ourselves that I know of. If someone does, you know, I know a guy right here that'd love to talk to you about all that.
Yeah.
On to our main event. Dr. Redacted versus Dale Patricks. 8.5 minutes. I loved Emil called for the main event here, and you could actually hear fans audibly booing. Like they were let down, like, fuck, that's it. I don't hear that a lot at shows either, but yeah, he's like, are you ready for the main event? And people are like, no. They were having that much fun, honestly. And, you know, I'm jealous for that. Dale was very excited to be performing at GCW. Redacted had his Nick Gage like entrance, pushing everyone down. This was a very light tube heavy match. Both were bleeding early. Awesome glass pane bridge spot, glass and blood everywhere. Dale gets hit with the missed. Redacted covers for 3. Our winner in this one, Redacted. I put total respect for both because when I looked up at the screen, it was like everybody was just covered in blood and shit, and it looked so good. What were your thoughts on this main event, Joe?
Yeah, you kind of knew early on in the match that it probably wasn't going super long because they went balls to the wall from the start, right? Like,
yeah,
they were going from the start. And I mean, it's good to see Dale back in the States again wrestling. I know he's had a very big run with BJW and stuff, so it's good to see him back in the States and working here regularly. I would like to see him a little bit more in GCW. He's a hell of a deathmatch wrestler, and I think he's a name that's not talked about enough within the deathmatch scene. But this match right here can just go to show you, like, he can go. That is it called? Is it the Jericho movie, the Lion Tamer? He kind of nailed that perfectly with the tubes when he did the flip, and that was a big guy. So to be able to see him nail that was very impressive. So top to bottom, it was an excellent match, and outside of TOS, Redacted's been on fire in GCW.
Hell yeah. And it's nice seeing him in the main event here.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I always say this, and if people really listen to the crowd reactions, Redacted's damn near always at the top. Doesn't matter who's on the show.
No matter where either.
No, it's just according to the fans, he delivers. He said the lion salt.
Yes.
There we go. There's our fans, like there's the listeners coming in to go, hey, I love it. I think that was everything for this show. We did a damn good job. We covered everything. We got a watch along in. We covered all the fucking drama, old people trying to kick the shit out of each other, you know. Was there anything else you could think of, either with the last one's left show in Indianapolis or just overall?
Yeah, I think we got a huge show coming up, and I'm ready for that next week.
Hell yeah, man. You survived? You're looking good. You don't look dead tired or anything.
No, I'm good. I'm feeling good.
Hell yeah, man. Okay. Any last words before we part for the night?
I just want to, again, I know you kind of do it, but I don't ever really say this, but I want to just thank everybody week in and week out. You know, I'm on the East Coast, so it's currently 11:16 and the chat's still live and well. So thanks everyone especially from the West Coast, because this is like, what, 7 o'clock at night?
8:15 right now.
Right.
Yep.
So like you're in the middle of like your daily life and you're sitting down to watch us. So East Coast, you're up late. West Coast, you're interrupting maybe family time to watch us. So I just want to appreciate everybody for doing that.
Okay, so you're gonna shit your pants, bro, but we originally started at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So we used to start at 11 p.m. your time. On Body Slam. Oh yeah, on Body Slam, Game Changer Weekly started on Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. We basically prided ourselves on being a late night show. And honestly, it was kick ass because, you know what I mean? Like, we got the Insomniacs. Nothing else was, available on Twitter Live. So it was kind of cool. We'd catch all the night, the night people. 10 p.m. over there right now. So, I mean, yeah, man, this show is we're on the early shit compared to what it used to be.
Yeah. I just want to thank everyone because, like, this is again just two fans talking about GCW, and like I just appreciate everyone every week.
Joe really loves doing this too, guys. So I just wanted to let you guys, like, I'll peel it back for a second because guys aren't good with feelings, but he really does like this. He gets really, really excited to jump on the show, and that's the kind of enthusiasm that made him, get on the team with us here, and to know that he hasn't ran away is good.
Listen, this is my, I honestly can't tell you the last time I probably sat down and watched a Raw from start to finish or an AEW from start to finish, but I never miss a GCW show. It's my brand, like this is my WWE at this point. So again, I talk about it every week with all the fans is fun.
And everybody's cool as shit too. That really helps a lot. Like, the fact that everybody's really relaxed and we don't have any fights, and people do disagree. You and I disagree. And I don't know. We handle it like adults. It's weird. I think it's the fact that nobody is internalizing their own opinions. Like, I believe this, and if I don't get your, if I don't get your approval, I'm going to be so mad. It's like, guys, it's just Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Patty Cakes, love you both. Fans talk to fans. Yeah, it always helps. I hope we tried to get through almost everything. Sorry, Reed, we weren't going to go through and like discuss the coming weekend. It's just, there's a lot going on there. Also, I've been trying to get the show down a little bit. I feel like some people aren't liking the 3 or 4 hours as much. So I don't know what to do all the time. So I'm always trying to do something different. If the training wheels were kicked off and I just let it go, something tells me and Joe would be going for 4 hours every time. So we'll go to there.
Yeah.
So,
no, I mean, listen, there's times where like I can't make 4 hours, but if the conversation calls for it,
Yeah.
so be it.
That's good, man. But I'm happy you're here. I'm happy you're on. You literally did keep the place alive. I can't do it on my own. You know what I mean? And we're fucking doing it, brother.
Yeah,
It's
I
all
feel
good.
like, and before we go off the air, I just want to say, and the fans can say if this is maybe not correct, but from the first show till now, I feel like it's a lot less of just like me kind of coming in at the end and more of a conversation, right? Like I feel like we're more back and forth talking and less like you go, I go type of thing.
Yeah, I usually say my bullshit, and then after that, it becomes a like, okay, what do you think? And then here comes the talking.
Yeah.
It just takes time. I have to get comfortable with you. You got to get comfortable with me, and then all of a sudden, boom, it works. But yeah, it's working out really well, luckily.
Yeah.
Let's fucking do this, man. Let's get the hell out of here. I always feel bad when we're leaving early, but I mean, hey, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Thanks again for those who donated. You guys, SJ and Crow Fairy Tale. Thank you so much. You can find Joe at Woods Wrestling 3 and where else?
Yep. And turnbuckletimes.com. Wrestling website covers everything, independent, WWE, AEW. And then also every Thursday night, we've been in a little bit of a hiatus just because life's been lifing. But we will be back on Steel Steps podcast that talks AEW, WWE every Thursday night at 9 p.m.
Hell yeah, man. Oh, he said hype the video too. We got a little MD Cray. Oh, look at that. Stop with the great. I like it though. It's kind of cool. We appreciate the great John Wolf and Joe. The great Joe. MDK all fucking day. There it is. Okay. Any last thoughts or are you good to go?
I'm good to go. I'm happy with the way the show went today.
Well, then I'm going to say this since we have a chance. I'm thankful for all of you. So is Joe. I will be approaching in 2 months. I'll be approaching 4 years covering GCW. Yeah, that's why I say about 18 hours a week for 4 years. Yeah. I thought I was going to be rich by now.
Yeah.
But anyway, though, I just want to tell everybody, thank you so much. You all do mean a lot. This little thing that we have here brings a lot of meaning into my life. I'm sure that is also the same for Joe. Each one of you matter. Each one of the names that I see up there. If you're missing after a while, I do notice. And when there are names that come back after a while, like Ishmael tonight, I noticed those too. You are friends, but you're also family. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with us. We will be seeing you next week to review America's Most Wanted from LA and Life of Crime from Phoenix. So let's send them the fuck out of here, Joe. You ready?
I'm ready.
Long
Live
G
B
C
W.
W. Love you guys. Good night.